Hey, what's up? It's Shit Talk. I'm John, Derek in the room. David is not in the house today. And that is a crying fucking shame. And let me tell you why, Derek. You know why, but I'm going to say it for the three people who hear this. I'm talking about the new album, and now I'm just gnashing my teeth, from the Barbarians of California. And I have been out of my mind to talk about this since we got the first four songs dropped. So
yeah, you have
can't stop.
You've been beside yourself. I have noticed that when we go to our real job, you're cutting glass through your shirt.
Yes.
And it's because of this record. Yeah, Dave, listen, I've got walking pneumonia, and I've got an inhaler, and I've got some weird meds. I've been a toxic Avenger, yet I'm here to talk about this amazing record, but somehow Dave can't fucking be bothered. So
It's unfortunate.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, we gotta do it. We are. The album came out 2 weeks ago now, I think. They played their first show at the Troubadour a couple of nights ago. Rarely am I this upset that I didn't make it to see a live show.
In California.
In California at the Troubadour of all places, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen some clips. It looks like they killed it, not surprisingly. But the album is just out of control. I think it is so good. It's rock. There's some punk in there. There's some thrash in there, some metal in there. It spans a lot of genres. It's very, very listenable. The mix is exceptional. The performances are great. It's snarky. It's funny. It's serious. And for me, above all else, it is perfectly fucking heavy.
Perfectly heavy. And when we talked to Eric, I kind of said that it sounds like Drug Church, Mastodon, Sepultura, and I don't remember what the other band was. And that's bad journalism on my part, but shoot me. But I will tell you that having lived with the record and had it on pretty much constant repeat now for a number of weeks, I do hear, some other classic, metal bands in there. There is some Slayer riffs in there. I hear a lot more Converge now after listening to it a little bit more. Like you can hear the frantic nature of Converge shining through. And then, you do have some really, really gnarly AWOLNATION melodies that are weaved in there. And that stands the reason.
Yeah. So, we've got Eric Stenman, guitar, played bass on the record. Aaron Bruno, of course, from AWOLNATION. So there's that tie. Isaac Carpenter on drums, also from AWOLNATION. And Zach Irons on guitar, also from AWOLNATION. So yes, it's a very AWOLNATION centric. So as you said, it stands to reason that a lot of those melodics made it in there. I think AWOL is even credited on 3 letters. So yes, it's just another one of those flavors on this record that was a little unexpected for me. I've known AWOLNATION for a while, but never been a huge fan of theirs because I lean a little heavier. But
yeah, well, it's cool to have their melodic side just popping up in between some gore, and some bloodshed, which is
it's a crazy contrast, those harmonies and melodics on the flip side of Aaron Bruno's absolutely unhinged vocals.
It's an interesting combination. Like the Library, has a chanty beginning. Then there's this huge Max Cavalera chug riff, that breaks in there, and then Aaron just goes absolutely ballistic. And fans of Converge would start blushing at the ballistic nature, which AWOLNATION fans are going to be like, whoa. And then Eric's riffs are rhythmic and groovy, and I love the track. And it really is, if AWOLNATION decided to go take all of their favorite influences and write a friggin' metal record. I was really happy to see on the live material, their recordings before the Troubadour show. I mean, he was controlled. You can tell that he's a seasoned vocalist, but he's able to do these crazy things and then but not lose his shit.
Yeah, Eric mentioned that Aaron was happy to realize that his distortion pedal, his internal distortion pedal for his voice worked and may actually be stronger now than it ever has been. So credit to him for great vocals across this whole record.
Well, I thought, No, Sir, I Won't Wear Your Jacket. It's a chaotic track.
It is.
That has a very converge like feel to it. And then it all comes together with this middle riff. And it's a classic Slayer riff. I mean, that thing was just a ripper. And then it's cool because then you've got this like Converge meets Slayer, but then there's classic punk and hardcore gang vocals. Mm-hmm. In all of this, I can see Eric being like, because he's scratching all the itches that he had mentioned that he was into as a kid. Yeah. And to have a friend in Aaron who can do what he does, it's pretty awesome. Talk about right place, right time. And, again, this record is just, it's a record that needed to come out for the music industry. I think there's just too much black metal coming out, and it's all just gore from the first note till the very fucking end. There's a ton of doom metal, and that's the hot topics right now, the hot trends. And this band's flying in the face of, a bunch of different genres, and in a good way, and mixing and bringing melody and thrash and groove and hardcore and punk into, one digestible format, which I want to see more bands do that.
Yeah, it's very cohesive. Mm-hmm. It just feels, it's refreshing to hear something that doesn't feel so much the same. Mm-hmm. The overall package that they've put together is really stunning. And again, I keep thinking of them. They are a new band, but a good portion of the members of this band have played together for a long time. So it's not surprising that they were able to lock in, when the other members were brought in. But it's great because it just feels different to me. I don't know. Maybe I can't articulate it.
You can't, but I will tell you, I will articulate it for you. The Walrus.
Please and thank you. The Walrus, one of my favorites on the record.
Great groove. It's unmatched in that track. Perfect use of vocal reverb to fill space that makes you, and you get a visceral emotion to the delays of Aaron's vocals there. It's a real neat trick that Eric used, which I love. It's just fun. More Max riffs, whistles, whistling and mimicking the guitar riff is a stroke of genius in the middle of it. Yeah. Just stopping in the middle is just, again, it's a neat trick. And you can tell that these guys have been around the block. And then the new riff at 1:30 in is also an ode to Max. It's just an absolutely crushing
coming out of the whistle.
Yeah, coming out of the whistle. It's just, and then the AWOLNATION melody to close it out. It's just solid fucking songwriting. There's just no other way to put it.
I love that they were so comfortable, or Eric, as the chief writer here, is so comfortable with odd time signatures, because there's so much that can be done with an odd time signature that doesn't feel so out there that it's hard. You can't bob your head to it. All the phrases resolve. He does it in a very listenable way, but it's so catchy, again, because it's just not something that you're hearing in mainstream hard rock, heavy metal. Again, you can't really define these guys because they're all over the map.
I had alluded to with Eric, Turnstile's Glow On, because that sat across several different genres, and they had salsa dancing at parts, and then huge hardcore breakdowns at other parts. I think this is the same way, and I think more bands need to take risks when they're writing. Bazooka is again, it's a mongoloid of a track that takes I think pieces of Mastodon and Converge, but they make it their own in the best way possible. That track will make fans of Old Death happy, but it's also just there's a ton of bite with Aaron's vocals on it. It hits hard.
The opening riff,
it's unique.
Yeah, that opening riff is slow and sludgy, and there's Sabbath in there, and it's like watching a horror movie from the middle. Yeah, you pick up right when all shit breaks loose, and that's how it starts. But it's just such a powerful track. And again, it's got tempo changes in there. There's movement. Each one of these songs on the album they're like little journeys within the album. There's so much interest and so much creative songwriting in here, which is another thing that makes it so refreshing. Dopamine Prophecy, the fifth song. Just another absolute fucking banger.
Very fucking cool track. As Aaron says, drinking kerosene. Yeah. You could tell that they're having a good fucking time recording this shit. I mean, it is very obvious. The solo halfway through is frenetic, crazy, insane, and awesome in all the best ways possible.
Eric said that they were sort of using Zach Irons as an acrobat guitarist. He's a great player, and he can rip.
Yep. 3 letters, change of pace track, lots of melodies, punk oohs and ahs. Again, it has an AWOLNATION melody in the middle that fits absolutely perfect. And then Tim breaks the clean melodies with its trademark voice. I mean, this track is, I think it's the most dynamic on the record. And I like the riff assault with the, over the Here Comes the Bombs of Babylon. It's just pure brilliance. I just sat here and I've listened to that I think this was the track that got me turned on to them to bring to you and Dave. And
really?
I've been listening to it for quite a while. I just love it. I think it's great.
Where Are the Punks? Fantastic. I heard I don't know if I heard an interview with Aaron talking about the lyrical inspiration about it, or maybe it was Eric, or maybe it was both of them. I don't know. And then it's a lot of these guys is just watching them grow older and their lives change. And, they're not living in a van outside the venue anymore. The lyrical content. I thought, I'm not a young guy myself either these days.
Mhm.
And certainly things change as you grow older. So the lyrics kind of resonated a bit, even if they were coming from a slightly satirical place.
That track live, I love the track in its recorded form. Live, it just hits. It's just an absolute vicious, in your face, just rebellious experience. I like it a lot. I know you like by the time I get to Mexico.
Oh my God.
Gonna make it. Keep your pants on, buddy.
Well, that's the thing. This is another one of those records where there are just, I love so many of the songs on there. I love all of them. I love a few certainly more than others. And this is one of them. It's just that groove. It's not a particularly technical groove.
Simple.
It's just, but there is fucking beauty and power in simplicity, man. And this is coming from a guy who loves really technical music. I thrive on it, which I think another reason that I like this, because it is, I would never call it simple because it's not, but it is simple. You know what I mean? But like the riff in this, it's just the groove. It's so heavy. And then it shifts and takes you around a corner really quickly. And then, all over the place, brings you back at the end with that same opening riff. Ugh. So fucking good.
Seems like Eric was pretty enamored by Max Cavalera, and there have been times in Max's library where he has taken the most simple and made it work. And this was the track that Eric made that, he pulled a Max Cavalera on us. And, there's beauty in simplicity.
There certainly is. Next up, Mr. Microphone. What can you say? Fucking Mr. Microphone, get down.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I actually had it playing, and my dog got in the car and was doing this. It's like, what is this chaos?
It's poppy, not pop, but it is. It's quick. It's got a great feel, but they bring in these fantastic, like backing, almost orchestral sounding guitar. So they're able to take something that's a driving track that's got a lot of juice behind it, and layer in these fantastic guitars that totally change the vibe. And then it starts ripping again. It's just, again, it's great songcraft.
Sure is. All right, go ahead. Far Out, Bro.
Far Out, Bro.
Go ahead.
The closer. I love it so much. Again, they do cool stuff with odd time signatures in the back half of the song. And if you've seen any of the other interviews, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Apparently there's a meme interviews that they've done for the record. There's memes of, like this, when you bring the riff back slowly, and then it's a photo of somebody with like a serious stank face. And I think that was like, hey, let's do this here for this track. And oh my God, is it so fucking effective. It is just, it's a kick to the balls every time I hear it. Starts out ripping, slows down. It's fantastic. It's a great closer.
So if the band asked you to go out on tour wearing a cheerleader outfit with pom-poms and pigtails, would you do it?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah, I would debase myself to get to see live Barbarians. Yes.
Every night, yeah. And your wife would be cool with it, just...
Well,
no.
She's cool with a lot of shit, but she knows I'm a fan of this band, so...
Well,
she might roll her eyes and understand. Yeah.
Are you going to buy a shitty van and follow them around like the Grateful Dead?
I haven't wanted to follow a band around for probably like 20 years. I'd consider it with these guys. They need to make another record very quickly. I appreciate that they're busy with AWOLNATION projects and, whatever else. They've all got families and stuff. So I respect that for the record. I respect it. But I'm going to need you boys to get back into the studio and get to work.
So I'd rather get a sponsor and have you sit in some shitty fucking old beat up thing, van and just document you traveling around with these guys.
Sure.
Be hilarious.
The problem is because I'm older now, I have certain responsibilities. So as long as our sponsor, looking at you, Country Time Lemonade, as long as the sponsor can cover my financial needs, I'm fucking there. You can pick the van. I don't care. Let's do this.
It'd be great. Let's get the Bronco. Let's put you in a new Bronco and send you around.
All right. I'll take an old
Ford.
Bronco.
Come on, Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a top 5 record for me this year, probably top 3.
Yeah.
And I bought a vinyl copy of it. Excited for that. It's a great record. I hope that whoever is listening to this will listen to us because it is worthy of your time. There's a lot of creativity, genre breaking. There you can see there's a lot of TLC, that was put into these songs to make them interesting. They're interesting and they're fun and they hit hard and they're performed, incredibly well. And the production quality is just dead on. It's perfect. So I give this record a 9. I almost wanted to give it a 9.5. And I feel like that's like an instant classic, like if you do that, I'm like, can I do that? Am I the one putting pigtails on? So I'm going to give this a 9 all day long. It's a great record.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 9.25 because a 9 to me just doesn't feel like enough.
Mm-hmm.
But 10s they're the unicorns. This is pretty fucking close to a unicorn.
If you're a fan of heavy music, you owe it to yourself to give this record a shot. I think that's a fair thing to say. There's some fans, some listeners that we have, and I hope that you guys, do that. Do take the time to give this thing a shot because it's legit. It fucking rules. And
it is legit.
Yeah. And thank you for everybody for putting up with my voice, putting up with me sitting here sweating and chewing on Luden's wild cherry. Our
boy's just barely hanging on.
I'm going directly to bed after this.
Right on the edge.
Yeah, I'm going directly to bed. But the Barbarians of California.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yes. It's on 225 Music. You can go to their website, buy their merch, support the band. They're a band worth supporting. I don't shill for just anybody, but support the band.
That's right. And we'll put the links up on our page so you can go support them. All right.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm not looking forward to what's next, regardless of it'll be a letdown.
You're not going to hate it. It's Blood Incantation. Okay. Absolute Elsewhere. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you go to bed. You sweet little boy, you. I feel better. Need somebody to put me to sleep. Yeah. When you say put you to sleep, what are we talking? Do I need to call a counselor? No, just someone to give me some drugs, rub my head. Oh, okay. We got to turn this shit off. Turn this shit off. Later.